Hello.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Having one of those days today. I'm all confused and everything. So,
Okay, we're recording.
yep.
Um,
Yeah, I set all three of them up today to record, so we should be good to go.
okay, it didn't give me the that I got yesterday. It just, it did the automatic
Yeah,
recording,
automatic.
but I was able to go in. It said where to record to. It didn't give me those prompts, but
No,
I
shouldn't have.
guess okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
We're good to
all
go.
it's all recording to the cloud.
Lovely, lovely. Did you see the videos that I uploaded?
No.
Yeah, they're in the drive.
Okay.
hmm So then I will, once you confirm that you see them there, I'll delete them off of my
Mhm.
computer.
Okay. Mhm.
All right. Well, I love your background there.
Thank you. I had to do a bit of remodeling uh,
Yeah,
over the midnight hour. So.
yeah, looks good. Yeah, I did a little reorganizing of my artwork myself so that I wouldn't just have my little parrot painting in the background, but
Mhm.
I'm happy with what I have now. Okay. Um, yeah, I sent over a text about the per capita number. I know that following our conference in February, there was an amount that you mentioned.
Um, hold
I
on.
think
Hold on. I just got a notification that one is asking for a password. If they
shouldn't be
have,
a password.
no, if they have, no, there's no password.
There's no password. But
Shoot.
if there were, it would be,
Um,
hold on, I'm logging in the back end. Because I specifically put no passwords on all of them.
yeah,
But let me just double check. I'm checking now.
it should be that if they have the link.
Yeah, they should have the link. But I'm double checking here momentarily. Could be an error on my part. Oh, okay. There's a passcode. Um, uh, you can put it's a zero. I mean, yeah, 070760. Hmm.
Um, are you able to toggle that?
Yeah. Um. Oh, okay. Tell me what to do
Shoot.
because people will be emailing you for it.
Yeah. Crap. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me
What's
put
that
it in
passcode?
070760.
07. Oops. 07.
Yeah, 070760.
070760.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one got by me because I intentionally turned the password off.
No, that may be because of me, because I may have misunderstood what Zoom was saying.
Okay.
Oh, you know what it is. Okay, let me see if
Hello, good morning.
so. Hi there.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my AirPods are supposed to be connected, but I'm not hearing you. Hold on one moment.
We can hear you.
You can't hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Um, One moment. I'm trying to see if I can get my AirPods connected.
Mhm.
Okay. Take your time. We'll give folks a few minutes to join.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Awesome, wonderful. Thank you for being here. We're gonna
Oh,
take a
man. Thank you for
couple
taking
more.
this initiative. This is a lot of work. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We're gonna give folks a few more minutes to join on.
Okay. I guess this is for Tony and Rick. So using the link that I provided that worked for you? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it was asking for a password if you had the link.
Yeah,
Very strange.
yeah, okay. No worries.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, Rick. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Hi, Rick.
Welcome. We're going to give folks just a couple more minutes. I'd like to go to at least 10:05. So about 2 more minutes to see who else will jump on the call, and then we'll get started.
Did you? Oh, I see what you did. Okay. This- Nice. I see. I see.
Hmm. Okay, I currently don't have anyone in the waiting room, so that,
Well, there won't be anyone, what do if they don't have the password.
oh, because of your update. Okay.
All right. I see what the problem is. The link you shared was just the meeting room.
Good morning.
The link I had created and shared was with
Hello.
the password built
Mm.
into it. I see.
Okay, it's asking for a password.
I just sent through an updated link that includes the passcode.
Okay, Patrick just sent over a renewed link that includes the password. And it's but 070760.
So my bad.
No, 070760. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okie dokes. So then we may be getting quite a few of those calls throughout.
Well, yeah, well, I just sent around the updated, and I'll keep an eye on the other questions.
Okay. In the interest of time, as you want to be mindful
Yeah.
of senators' time to be
Yeah,
here with us
absolutely.
today. So as folks get in, we'll yep, let them just come on in and connect. So good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. Thank you to Senator Warnock for making time out for you to be here with us. Is Annette your first name and Christy last name, or is it Christy Annette? I just want to be sure I addressed you correctly.
No, my name is Annette Christie. Yeah.
Okay. Annette. So we are here today um, celebrating or participating in National Arts Advocacy Zoom Week. This is an initiative from our federal partners, the National Endowments for the Arts and Americans for the Arts. I'd like to start with introductions. So my name is Waduda Mohammed. I'm the Executive Director of Georgians for the Arts. And Georgians for the Arts is the state arts advocacy organization for the entire state of Georgia. And I will throw it to Patrick next.
Hi, Ned. good to finally meet you since we've been exchanging emails for a little while now. I get Patrick Kelsey. I also with Georgians for the Arts. What Wadu did not share is that we are 110% volunteer. And we have been in the past making our way to DC to walk the halls of Congress and sitting down with everyone, but things have changed. So this time around, we're taking advantage of the virtual world, and here we are. So just want to kind of bring you up to speed with some information about why Senator Warnock should support the arts. It should be an easy sell. He had prepared for us a video message, and I think I had received it as a Christmas present during the year that he was in the runoff. So we know he's a supporter. We know he's a great supporter, and I'm also here in Savannah, so he's a great supporter. But thank you for taking the time out today for us.
Yeah, and I'll just really quickly echo that by saying, let's mention our districts. So I am District 12. Patrick, what district, congressional district are you in?
I'm down here in Savannah, so District 1.
Okay, and then next, Rick, if you could just state your name, your organization, and the district that you're representing.
Sure. I am Rick Ivy. I am the Executive and Artistic Director of Thomasville Entertainment Foundation, a local community concert presenting organization in Thomasville, Georgia. And I'm in Congressional District 2.
Awesome. Thank you, Rick. And then Tony.
Good morning. I am the executive director. No, I'm the founder of the Atlanta Black Theater Festival in District 5, and I am a voter in District 7, and I'm also the executive director of the Southeastern Theater Conference, SETC, which is the largest theater network in the nation, and we provide jobs in the theater industry. The Atlanta Black Theater Festival is 13 years old. SETC is 75 years old. So, and I've been working in the industry for about 20 years.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here, Tony. And then next, Sandra.
I'm Sandra Bradshaw, and I have been a professional artist since 1979. I'm a classically trained fine artist, anthropologist, as well as activist, and I am functioning in capacity as art director for the Institute for Global Transformation, which is a virtual nonprofit. And my job is to promote artists as well as foster art advocacy, art appreciation, and creativity.
Wonderful. What district are you in?
Northeast, I think it's 9-4, something like that.
Okay, you're in Georgia.
Yeah, they tell me.
It's
It's
okay.
rural Northeast Georgia.
Oh, we love rural. Woo,
Mhm,
yes.
don't we though?
Orale, you're up.
Mute. Sorry. I am technically challenged, but that's okay. We all are these days after the Zoom wave with the COVID. I'm Arlie Sanders. Good morning, everyone. I am in Gwinnett County. I am the chair of the Lawrenceville Arts Commission. We're a young public arts commission here, and we are trying to keep up with the rest of Gwinnett County, but we're also groundbreaking. Lawrenceville is the county seat. And of course, Gwinnett County has just been named the most diverse county in the nation. We're very excited about that. I vote and live and work in District 7 with Congresswoman Lucy McBath. I also am on the board of visitors for the School of Liberal Arts for Georgia Gwinnett College, which is one of our fastest growing colleges here. And their liberal arts program, especially film, and theater is taking off. As you can imagine, we're in the process of submitting a new Bachelor of Arts for Arts Administration, so we can partner with arts and the business school for art careers. And so in that capacity, I not only serve District 7, but I also serve some of District 9 too. So We actually have a lot of students up there in District 9, some coming from rural Georgia, up there in the Northeast with you there, Joan. So it's very nice to be here. I'm very excited to participate.
Okay, thank you, Ara. And I want everyone to keep their introductions really short, and we'll have time to share from our organizations, but just so everyone can Annette can hear who all is on the call. So next is Amanda Jones.
Good morning, I'm Amanda Jones from the Johns Creek Arts Center, and I'm here with our Director of Programming and Curator, Althea Foster, and we are from District 7. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. And then Aiden, one of our younger advocates.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Aiden Jones, and I'm from District 1. I'm an undergraduate student studying sound design at SCAD.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Aiden.
Thank you.
And Griffin Lotson.
Yes, Griffin Lotson in southeast Georgia near Senator Warnock's area, Gullah Geechee. So we do a lot of work in the arts with the ring shout.
Wonderful. And then Joy Yost. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. Joy, are you there? Joy, can you hear me?
I believe
Okay.
it's just on her phone, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, we'll move on. I'm going to share. Okay, she said I can hear, but my microphone isn't working. Okay, that's fine, Joy, as long as you're with us. So I'm going to share my screen. And just, oh, I'm sorry. Well done. Annette, can you introduce yourself to the group just so that they know your official title and what you do with the senator?
Yes. So hi everyone. My name is Annette Christie. I am the issue lead that covers arts and humanities for Senator Warnock. Just started 2 weeks ago. I'm so happy to get acquainted with all of you all.
Welcome. Yay.
Yep.
Great title. Okay,
I'll do
you're in
that.
the right
Let
department.
me also introduce Griffin Lotson. He had a problem with
Oh.
the link too. So sorry about that,
Oh.
Griffin.
Oh, he just introduced himself, Patrick.
Yeah, just saying.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for the link
Oh.
problem.
It's okay. I'm sure we're probably gonna get more folks to pop on.
Thank you,
but
thank you, thank you.
Give me just a second. I always have a challenge with this share screen thing. Okay. Did I do it? Resume slideshow. I swear, I've done this. Okay, thumbs up if you can see my screen. Yes, okay. Wonderful. So again, welcome to, this is our last official day of National Arts Advocacy Zoom In Week. So again, as Patrick had mentioned briefly, the National Arts Advocacy Day pre-pandemic used to take place annually in DC, where delegates from across the nation, all 50 states, would bring our organization would bring delegates from our state to DC to do these in-person meetings. And since the pandemic, it has gone virtual. And so it's just easier, for people to connect, less, travel expenses and all of that. So we're happy that you all can take time to be with us. So what we want to highlight are really what the top federal issues are and the funding asks for FY25's budget for the National Endowments for the Arts. And we're also mentioning the National Endowments for Humanities because we see them as our sister organization. So for FY25, we're proposing, Americans for the Arts is proposing $211 million to sustain the budget. So I will just give a brief backup. We traditionally were funded at $210 million. So the National Endowments for the Arts actually received $1 million increase for the FY24 budget. So we're asking for the 211 to continue into FY25. We're also asking for 211 million for the National Endowments for the Arts, for the humanities. They unfortunately received a deficit, a reduction in their budget for FY24 to, I believe, 209 million. And historically, the National Endowments for the Arts and the National Endowments for Humanities have always received the same level of funding. The work that they do helps to inform our, our work, and the work that we do helps to inform them. So we also want senators and congressmen to, to support an increase in their budget. Next, that's top of mind is arts education. And these are the funding asks for FY25. 40 million for the Assistance for Arts Education Grant Program, 20.5 billion for Education Title I, Part A, 3 billion for Education Title II, and 1.65 billion for Education Title IV. So anyone that isn't familiar with the education system and what the titles mean, they are referring to K through 12 education, and Title I being the most disadvantaged neighborhoods and underserved communities. Title II, specifically, they're looking at professional development for teachers, principals, and other school leaders. So we're talking about our teaching artists, those folks that, sometimes travel from school to school because there aren't enough art teachers or there isn't enough funding for a full-time position. So that's professional development for teachers, principals, and other school leaders. And then Title IV, specifically student support and academic enrichment. Okay. There's also the Arts Education for All Act, which expands arts education and programming for, again, children in early education, K through 12 students, and youth and adults in the justice system. And I just think it's important. I think they should have highlighted the word justice system, because that is that's such a really amazing initiative. Allows childcare and development block grant funding to be used for arts programming, and it includes a directive for research and evaluation through the Department of Education research branches. Okay, so this is the Why the Arts Matter fact sheet, and this is from Americans for the Arts. And these numbers represent the nonprofit and for-profit numbers, but we're going to look at the nonprofit numbers in just a second. So when we talk about for-profit industry in Georgia, we're talking about mainly like the film industry that brings in, quite a few money for the state. But we, on this call, we represent the nonprofit arts and culture sector. So we're a bit much smaller. So 31.6 billion contributed to the state economy, 4.11% represented in the state's GDP, gross domestic product, and then 149,036 jobs supported in the state. And you're going to see how drastic those numbers are once we just go and focus on the nonprofit. I'm not going to go through this list because it's really tiny, but the next infographics kind of flesh that out really nicely. Excuse me. So this is info specifically for nonprofit arts and culture in Georgia. This comes from Georgia Council for the Arts, which is the organization housed in the governor's office. So the nonprofit sector generates $1.3 billion in cultural spending. I'm going to focus on the jobs number. So 19,734. So whereas the other slide showed 149,000, in the nonprofit sector, it's 19,734. And this is us, the people that you're talking to. This is our jobs. And I'm going to go ahead and move forward to the next slide because this is really important. This is what the state does with the money that we receive. So you see $4.8 million total amount awarded right? That means how much money was given out in grants to Georgia organizations throughout the state. What it doesn't show is the budget. The budget for Georgia Council for the Arts at base is $1.7 million. So this number, I use the word inflated. It is inflated, but it includes funds that were awarded through COVID relief, ARPA funds. Georgia received $11 million that was distributed over a three-year period in $3 million a year. So that's where you get the 1.7 to 3.8, or let's just say 1.8 to 4.8. But what's critical is that in FY25, that ARPA money is going away. So we're actually looking at going back down to 1.7, 1.8 million. And so more than ever this year, we are going to be advocating to increase funding to pre-pandemic, but also pre-recession levels. So pre-recession, if any of you remember, if you're around, in about 2008, the Georgia budget, arts budget was cut by 80%, and it has not been restored since then. And Georgia is one of the handful of states who has not restored its budget to pre-recession. So, and that budget was about 5.5 million. So we're going to be asking for a $6 million budget for FY25. So we'll be working on that throughout the year. And we need a lot of support and a lot of advocacy behind it. And so I'll stop there. This is Patrick Sinai's information. You all can reach out anytime with any questions and concerns. And with that, I am going to open the floor for anyone that has any
Can you all send me the
questions.
slide deck with all?
Yes,
Okay, great.
yes, I will.
Yeah. I just want to append on a couple of things. Of course, this is all going to come through post meeting with a few other materials. In terms of some of the information that may have been like, why are we talking about the nonprofit and for-profit? That is actually a statistic that is produced by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. And that is a joint project with the National Endowment for the Arts with their satellite accounts. So we'll send through that description just to make sure we qualify that. In addition, a lot of what we were, or what Juanita was talking about, was the funding impacting the state. To connect it to federal policy, just a couple of numbers I want to throw out. As the NEA's budget increases or decreases, of course, it's going to impact all the states. For the last, right now, I think you're in about halfway through your fiscal year. So for Georgia's fiscal year and half of the one prior, the NEA had provided grants, direct grants, to Georgia organizations in excess of $2 million. That is in addition to the NEA with their partnership program, to where they contributed to GCA, Georgia Council for the Arts, also in excess of $2 million. NEA has a policy in place where they will allocate 40% of whatever they receive to this partnership program, and therefore giving that to all the states and territories. So there is a very close correlation between the NEA funding levels and how that does impact Georgia.
Okay. I think we may have lost Annette. There she is. She's coming back on. Okay, great. Okay. Thought I lost you there.
Sorry, I
Okay.
lost connection. It just, yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm surprised I haven't lost connection here in Fairburn because every time it rains or the wind blows, the power goes out. Um,
I know, and I'm in Mableton. I'm actually on the ground today in Mableton, so I don't know if there's something going on, but I lost you all for a second. So.
yeah. So I will say really quickly, Georgia is 50th in funding per capita for the arts out of all 50 states. And you should know that, Annette, and you should definitely relay that to the senator for sure. So we're doing everything that we can in our power to not only get us out of the 50th, it isn't so much about getting out of 50th, it's about, having the funding and the support that we need to support our community and our organizations and the work that we do despite having the funding. Because we're still producing, we're still, organizations are thriving, people are working, in the industry, despite the lack of funding. But we absolutely want to get out of 50th, and we need more money. Anyone, while we have a few minutes left, anyone else would like to speak? I see Rick, you're off of mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say we're throwing a lot of numbers at you and a lot of dollar figures, and we are in the nonprofit sector, so of course we all have numbers that we can share, things like ticket sale dollars and money brought into our communities by visitors and economic impact. But a lot of what we do is intangible and is particularly on the nonprofit side, and it's not easily measured in terms of the actual impact. The impact on quality of life by strong arts programs and arts education programs in this state is huge. I'm in a town of 20,000, Thomasville, in a county of less than 50,000. And so we're very rural in far South Georgia. But in that same town, last year, we had 550 people attend our Free Family Series performances. We had 450 students take advantage of master classes and workshops with world-renowned performers like the American Ballet Theater that we provided at no cost to those students. We had 123 high school students who came to our concerts on free tickets for teens. And so there's a lot of what we do that's immeasurable, intangible, but it's hugely important. And as nonprofits, my ticket sales are 20% of my budget. The other 80% I raise in a town of 20,000 people season after season. And so that's why the arts funding is so important. And we appreciate Senator Warnock's support year after year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Griffin?
Yes. Well, I serve in several capacities, but I also represent an entire federal government, which Senator Warnock has helped out in, which is called Gullah Geechee Cultural Heritage. And a major part of this cultural heritage, which he was birthed into, I have no idea some of the people of where we are in the area of arts, which is major. Right now, I was single-handedly picked out to represent the entire state of Georgia and the United States for the teaching of a cultural move, which is called the Ring Shout at the Kennedy Center. And I'm virtually almost traveling out of my own pocket. They will pay, but to push this cultural art to a whole new level, a lot of the cultural arts professionals, they do this to get it to the next level. So why are we number 50th is what I would ask some of the people that's listening in, or perhaps yourself. Why are we at the bottom and can't get up from the bottom? So thank you.
You're welcome. And I do just want to say, just because we are a couple of minutes over, Annette, if it's okay with you, we can continue talking for a few more minutes.
I did want to say that I have another meeting that since I'm in Georgia, I have something at 11 o'clock. And so I do need to give time for transportation. So maybe we could hear from one more person, but I want to be accessible to you all. I want to talk more. So I will make sure maybe you all can circulate my information and we can schedule individual meetings so that, because I want to make sure you all feel heard. And I do apologize that I do have to get to another. I'm trying to maximize my time on the ground.
Yeah.
So we could hear from one more person and then would love to follow up and talk more. But I know this is a priority for Senator Warnock and really want to work to get us out of that 50th status and funding, make sure that arts and humanities are thriving. So.
Awesome.
Great. So one more person?
Yes.
Yay. Okay.
Go
Hi.
ahead, Laura.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I'm up here in Gwinnett, and one thing I wanted to point out was that difference between what's going to happen when we lose the ARPA funds this year and we drop back down to 1.7 million is going to do real damage if we can't fund that in some way. So this is just one example, the Creativity Gwinnett. It's a small micro grant we have up here run by our Explore Gwinnett group, and it was funded pretty heavily by ARPA funds. It's been very successful. So it has been able to do micro grants to middle schools of around $1,400 to buy things like band equipment, art supplies, playground equipment, little bitty things here on the ground so that you can see every single penny counts. And losing those ARPA funds is going to really, really harm all of the state, not just my district. And so that's something that perhaps we could focus on, is at least getting us back up to that level so we're not dropped all the way down to 1.7 million here in Georgia. It's so important. Our school kids need it and our communities need it.
Absolutely.
I just want to make
Well
one
said.
quick point, please, if I could just make one quick point. The
Oh,
number one
okay.
reason why organizations and companies look at relocating is the arts and cultural community. So I just want to make that point. It's important for us to have a thriving arts community because that attracts corporations to want to settle in Georgia.
Absolutely. And I'll end it by saying this. You all are absolutely correct. The why we're 50th, I will just personally say it's because of miseducation. There are a lot of representatives who are not aware that the arts are 50th in the state of Georgia. And so it's going to take us to build these relationships with our elected officials. This is, what we do. We're a small and mighty group at Georgians for the Arts, but we need each and every one of you to go into your individual communities and speak to your representatives and tell them everything that you're learning. And more than not, they're going to be shocked because they just don't know. And at the end of the day, we need their votes. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you all.
Thank you for taking time out of your day, and y'all have a wonderful Friday.
Thank you guys. And please make sure if you all could circulate my information to the entire group so we can be in touch. And if you all want to have one-off meetings, I know this was a little rushed, but I would love to continue the dialogue.
No problem.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.